Hello and welcome to the best mods of Starfield, where we attempt to cover pretty much all the best mods that get dropped daily. So many different mods getting thrown at us. I'll try pick some of the more interesting ones and most definitely the best mods for you to give a try on Starfield. And more importantly, keep you in the loop of what's out there. Get anything out of these kind of videos, consider liking and subscribing. Come along for the journey. Let's get into it. Yesterday we looked at how to get all the different keys for all the apartments in one handy location. Now we are going to check out another fully furbished Mercury penthouse. Now just note though, I'm not impressed that we have a random fire extinguisher. I didn't pay top dollar for this to be fallen over. So this mod is called New Atlantis Mercury Penthouse Fully Furnished Remade, and it has been beautifully decorated by Nizon, who has handcrafted this and really given it a really nice homey feel. It's very elegant, modern kind of decor, and as you can see, a lot of time and effort and thought went into this build. Heading over to the kitchen, we have all the utilities and things that you would need, including food, coffee. We'll have to check if the oven works shortly. We have these beautiful display cases, which you will be able to put your your clothing in, and maybe a mannequin. This place really is the best sort of looking refurbished I've ever seen. I mean, check out these images. These almost look like custom images. I'm not sure if they're imported or not, but look at that. That looks freaking wild. What the hell is? Oh yeah, I don't know what they're called, but you see those on certain planets. But a beautifully little decorated bathroom and toilet. Even look at that. We even have a toilet roll on the ground. Now, I know about you, but that is definitely me right there. Let's keep going. We head around into what opens up to be a central piece with the tree enclosed with rocks. It's just stunning. This is really well detailed. Holy moly. As we go around, you can just see every little portion of this has been reworked and thoughtfully decorated. Now, the mod owner does mention that this was previously on the creation marketplace. However, there was a lot of issues with it as they've been learning about the creation kit, and now there should be a lot less issues for people to enjoy and just get straight into this, download it, and not have too many issues. Obviously, you don't want any other mod that's going to conflict. So any other mod that does decorate the Mercury penthouse, you probably don't want to be running. But as you can see, this has everything you need. Now, it does boast that it has all the workbenches that you require scattered across the different areas. But this has truly such a homely touch. This is somewhere you'd want to live. Like, this looks very inviting. We'll head back to the kitchen where we can also edit and decorate this ourselves by going to that console. There is a sandwich on the bench. Let's just have a quick look. What are they having? We got some pepperoni, cheese, and lettuce. What? No, that sounds all right. And we'll head into here, and we have our medic room with all the medical supplies and food and storage. Second pantry, basically. Now, in the lounge room, that is very well nicely decorated too. Plenty of little bits and pieces of detail. The mod creator's really gone to the next level on this one. This is probably the best one I've seen so far, so really highly recommend giving this one a look. You definitely, oh, look at that. What? You could definitely bring the ladies here and sit down and definitely get your romance on. Look at this. This is top notch. This is where I'd be staying. Terrific mod. This is the New Atlantis Mercury Penthouse Furnished, remade by Nizon, and a truly beautiful addition to the furbished houses that we've seen. Now, if you want to get access to this instantly and you're on Xbox, I suggest checking out the last video. I will try put a link at the top right where we go and have a look at how to get the keys instantly. Just before we go though, we do have this other weapons room or an armament room. Look at that. You have all the space you need. Now, I'm sure all the containers and everything also have unlimited space, so you will have no problems making this your home. And it is even got the working stove. We have the working stove mod, so you can cook all the bits and pieces. We have a fridge as well that has unlimited storage. Incredible. Medikits, food, everything. That's just amazing. And yes, we can actually transfer and put things in there. Now, that is not very decorative. You probably want to put in a mannequin or something maybe, but there you go. Incredibly handcrafted apartment. Let's keep moving. This next mod is fantastic. It's called Proper Companion Preview. Now, this has been a staple for many of us over on PC. This will be a staple for many of you Xbox players because what it allows is it allows us to actually view the apparel and in some cases, some of the space suits of our companions when we go into their inventory. Instead of showing our character, never made sense why it would show us and not the actual companion that we were interfacing with. So let's go talk to Sarah. We'll go, let's trade gear, and we'll switch over to our inventory, right? And then we are going to be previewing the actual companion, not us. So that makes a lot more sense to me because now we can go, okay, this is what we want to get Sarah to wear, and also view what helmets, what jetpacks, and of course the spacesuits. Now I have a different mod that may be interfering with this. So maybe you'll be able to see the companion companion while in suit without a helmet sort of thing, but I definitely can see that the apparel is working for me, and that should absolutely work for you. But isn't that neat? Just a little mod that makes it much more logical and easier to dress up your companions a certain look and feel the way you want. So the mod is called Proper Companion Previews, and this is by Center.pat. Terrific mod that really helps with the UI and feel and interface with our companions. Let's keep moving. This next mod is called Planet Point of Interest and Creature Density Increase, and will largely affect systems you haven't been to before. However, the intention here with this mod is to increase points of interest on systems that are habitable. So in this instance, this planet isn't impacted by it because it's already a planet with no fauna, nothing really on it. However, if we go to another system that has life and fauna, more importantly, people, civilization, for example, a Fayman 3, look at all these points of interest, way more than normal. And this is what you're kind of expecting. Keep in mind, it only impacts, for the most part, systems, planets you have not been to. Now, not only does it increase the points of interest, it comes with a much larger population of fauna. This is going to be an excellent mod to pair with a mod called Random Creature and Robot Size. There is another version of this mod that just does creatures, but this is going to make all the creatures look more natural with different sizing, which will be excellent when coupled with a mod that adds more fauna to all the more populated planet, as you're going to get quite a good diverse array of different creatures, and the sizes should be different between all of them. They're not just going to all be the same size. As you can see, as we go over here, we have so many different sizes of these guys, small, medium, large. It really adds a lot more life to the mod as well. Now, as mentioned, the mod is called Planet POI and Creature Density Increase, and it is by Sylvia Snow. So now you can make every more inhabitable planet much more denser, lots of fauna, lots of points of interest, making it a more interesting universe. There is another mod, I believe, that will give all the planets more points of interest. We'll look to cover that one soon. Mod author mentions to put this one in the highest priority or higher priority in your load order to avoid issues. There is a little bit of a performance hit with this mod as well, so you may notice a little bit of a performance hit to some of your FPS. However, a terrific mod that is going to make the universe much more lively. Definitely worth a try. And not to mention, you'll get to see a lot of creatures you probably may have never seen, and there is tons of them. This next mod has a huge scope and it's very exciting, but it's only in its very, very early conception. So you have to stay tuned. There's lots of functionalities coming, but this mod is going to be introducing an advanced financial system that's going to be a banking system, a stock market, loans, consequences, defaults, property, and mortgages. And one of the more interesting aspects to this is that in later releases, there will be consequences where you will get hunted down for not paying off loans that will eventually send bounty hunters for you. So really looking forward to that aspect. I'd love to see a GTA wanted system in Starfield, but let's take a quick look at what is available. At the moment, there's only a small portion available where we can open a banking account, we can check our balance, deposit, withdraw, and close your account. So let's deposit some money and check our balance. It updates in real time, and then we can also go to loans. Now we can apply for a loan, and initially we can only start off for more loan because we need to build our credit rating. So let's just say we want to take a week to pay this off. You'll get a little message saying that we have a credit rating now, which is in the progress of being assessed because we need to make our first payment. So we'll just make a payment to our loan. So we're going to pay full amount. And you can see here on the right, we got 5 for our credit score. So we'll start off with a credit score of 365. Now, the intention obviously with a good credit score is it's going to open more avenues to diversify your portfolio. Not only that, just like in real life, getting a better credit score will mean you can get bigger loans. So by playing this system, in the end, you'll be able to become extremely rich. But if you fail to make a payment, watch out, it's going to be payback. Really excited to see how they implement that. I hope it's very dramatic and epic. Just like in real life, you owe the bank money. They're coming for you. So in order to interact with this new economy for the time being, you'll need to head to Jemison and then through the commercial district. There we want to head to the Gal Bank, where you will see a terminal on the wall, and that's how you can access it for now. However, for the time being, this is pretty much the confines of this initial early release of this mod. But it is going to be wicked because there will be stocks to buy and invest in property and actually have a real tangible financial system in Starfield. So this is super exciting. Now, the mod is called StarFinance and it is created by OX Desi. There is a StarFinance team, so there's a few people behind this piece of work, but so much to come. So we're going to be touching on this mod as it develops over the next months, years, but stay tuned. StarFinance and an economy is properly being implemented slowly. There you have it. The new economy is coming. Let's keep moving. This next mod is a game changer for all seeking to create and craft huge Class M vessels or muck around with Class M vessels that exist in the game. Before we jump in though, there's just one important thing we need to touch base with while we're here in space. It's important to understand that Class M modules are completely empty. They look solid, but they have nothing inside them. This is something I hope that comes in other mods or Shattered Space or down the track at least. So it's really important to understand the modules for Class M are completely hollowed out. There's nothing in them. There are ways to work around this. The mod we're about to go through will help with this, is my understanding. Now, depending on how it's implemented on creations, we should be able to get around this now. This is TN's Class M and Starborn Guardian shipbuilding. This is the ultimate mod for anyone looking to build Class M ship. It allows you to attach otherwise incompatible components to all the Class M components. This is going to save a lot of headache and a lot of pain. I don't know if you have ever tried to construct Class M or even just to reconfigure an existing Class M in the game, you know it is extremely painful. However, now we have so much opportunity and ease of use with this mod. I mean, this is just game changing for me. Now, I've never used this mod. However, I have done a lot of messing around with Class M ship and I've spent hours and hours trying to get around some of the restrictions of the game. Well, no longer will you have to worry about that. This mod adds so many features to the shipbuilder when working with Class M components. Let's go through some of them. However, before we jump in, just in case you don't know, so M class, monster class, mothership class is basically a category above or below, I should say, Class 3, where you have giant components that will construct a huge ship. Now, for the most part, these components are inaccessible to us. However, with mods, we can get access to them, and this is one of those mods that will give you access to the different Class M components. Now, this mod will also rebalance the mass when it comes to the different modules. However, the most important change in that aspect is that engine and landing gear have been balanced in a way that you're not going to need, 20,000 landing gear to be able to get these ships off the ground. Along with the landing gear and mass of these Class M components is that the engines have been rebalanced to manage and handle the whole rebalancing of these modules' mass and landing gear. Also includes the configuration of the hull values, so they have also been reconfigured. So in summary, basically all the Class M modules have been reworked. One thing for me though is I'm either missing a mod or perhaps this mod has not increased the size of the ships to completely break the limits, because I'm still getting this error. But again, I've got too many mods to really pinpoint if this mod is causing this. One of the ways we had to work around using Class M components was you could never use any of the reactors, grav drives in Class M builds because it would cause way too many issues and errors in your save. However, now we can actually remove the Class C reactors and grav drives, go into our build menu, and you can see here how I have Class M as a separate category. I would highly recommend, if you would like to have that kind of arrangement, that you also get TN's separated categories, which I'm assuming he's included his patch for all this to work together. So when you come into your builder, you should also have this Class M, which will show all the Class M components, some of which were hidden previously. However, we just want to go to the reactors. And if we scroll all the way down to the bottom, we can then attach a proper Class M reactor. We can put in the giant NG400 grav drive finally, connected the grav drive, and now these components will actually function and work and not destroy your save. Now, in order to access these Class M components, we're going to need a few things. We're going to need piloting rank 4. This will let you unlock in rank 4, will allow you to purchase Class M parts with piloting 4, but you will also need ship command rank 1. Having both of those will unlock the Class M component. This mod also increases the active allowable crew by 4 times. So make sure you have ship command rank 1 and piloting rank 4 in order to fly and purchase Class M component. Before we move on to what else this mod does, we just need to quickly have a look at some of these Class M modules just to get a better understanding of how they work, just so you have a little bit more information when you go to build with them. So as I said, all of this is hollow inside. Depending how this mod is set up, you may be able to build inside and actually connect hubs doing something like this, where you'd line it up and have your hubs exist inside so it looks completely legit. But that will depend how this works for you on Xbox, because it might not be fully implemented the way it is on PC. But regardless of that, it's important to understand these connections. So Class M connections are these big crosshair looking connections. They're the ones that directly connect to the other Class M components. See on this module how we have these big crosshairs, we connect those, that's where it actually connects. These connection points are just your standard ones that you're most familiar with when connecting hubs in any other type of component. So nothing unusual there. The other really important one is that these connections here on Class M modules, these you can pass through. So this was what allows us to be able to build inside these modules, is that these are like the doorways that you can actually pass through. So it's really important if you are doing any kind of build where you are trying to get your HABs to exist inside the Class M components, is that they line up with that doorway there. So you can actually connect and use those pass-through points in the Class M module. So just quickly to recap, the big crosshairs are Class M connection points, only really able to connect Class M components to those connection points. However, you will have your standard connection points in many of the other locations, which allows for the additions of HABs and everything to be connected to these now. Previously in the past, I don't believe that was the case. It was much more difficult. Now, the other huge thing this mod does is adds connection points to all your different Starborn ships. So now, if you want to edit your Starborn ship, put on unique and different weapons, now you'll have the option to actually connect various modules, weapons, any other normal component to all the different Starborn ships. So, okay, so when it comes to being able to fly and edit a modded Starborn ship, I'll show you how you need to do that because it is not so straightforward as it would seem. So you would just go to add, you would go across to your Starborn ships, select the one you want. Let's go Scorpius. Now you'll notice that there is 30 snapping points on Starborn, which have been added thanks to this glorious mod by TN. However, you'll straight away notice you'll run into all these errors. What we need to do is simply use the components provided to trick the editor into acknowledging that we have all these components. So in order to do that, we have to look and pay attention to these snapping points that are square, not round. See how these have a square indicating there's some under it? Those are some of the ones we can use to snap particular components to satisfy the builder's restriction. What does that mean? In every major category, meaning reactor, fuel, landing bay, etc., we need to attach a very specific piece for each. Otherwise, we won't get past these errors. So we're going to run through that quickly now. So we're going to hover our mouse over one of those connections. Then we can see here we have a Starborn atmospheric entry computer. So all the things that say blah blah computer are the components we need to install. They'll also have a value of 0. And if we've connected to the right connection point, we will only be able to hook up the relevant management system or computer to these particular points. So we'll just go ahead and do that now. So let's have a quick look. In the flight check, we have 7 errors. Let's go get rid of cockpit. So we'll hover over the connection point, go over to in cockpit, we'll see Starborn targeting computer, hit that, and you can see that the error has gone down from 7 to 6. So hover over the connection point, hit G, and we'll go Starborn atmospheric computer. But this one needs to be connected to the bottom because it is the bay. So we'll just scoot under here and let us connect this one here. We'll go enter. See how that has then got rid of the error for bays. So make sure you connect the bay underneath. While we're down here, we can connect the reactor. See how we've gotten rid of another error. Hover over, go across, do the same for the grav drive, go to the next point. Same for the fuel tank. We'll need one for the fuel tank. So we've got 2 errors left. We've got the docker. So we'll go to the top and we'll attach a docker, attach the docker to the top. I just selected position A for that. So what do we have left? We have 2 few engines. So for engines, we'll just connect doing the same process. We'll go across to engines and then boom, there we go. So all the errors have been eliminated. So now that we've cleared all the errors, now we can start mucking around with this. We can add some weapons if we wanted to. Let's just do something retarded. Let's put some satellite dishes on top. We'll face them forward, grab a few of them. Now you can attach some of the Starborn as well if you wanted to. So if you wanted to attach Starborn, you would just do the same thing. You'd simply hover over and attach them. Okay, you can't add class M. Okay, so it looks like we're meant to be able to add some HABs. Give it a try. Let's add these cool looking ones. Okay, so we've attached them. We'll see if we can then enter them. So we'll just jump out of it now. So we've cleared all the errors. Everything is good. Let's accept it. There we go. So we've got an edited Starborn. How crazy is that? Okay, I just made a few more adjustments. Let's go. And there it is. Look at that. Isn't that crazy? Oh yeah. Okay, let's see if it flies. Okay, so we have jumped on board and let's see if we can enter. Oh wow. Yep, can we? Okay, looks like we might have to do some of our own door placement. So we'll probably need that mod that will add our own doors, but you get the idea. We can now edit it. Let's just give it a quick test fly. Just look at that. It looks glorious. There we go. There it goes. We're taking off. It's going into the sky. No errors, no defects yet. Okay, and we're in. Look at this. And it works. How cool is that? Let's just get into a little bit of a battle here. Oh, it feels amazing too. Okay, there we go. And now we'll just get some footage of this. This is crazy. All I can say is this is insane. This is freaking cool. Look how far those weapons can fire. That is a crazy rate. Now this is a super quick ship, so it feels really nice to be able to get into combat with some different weapons on this. But there you have it. What a terrific mod. Now you can edit your Starborn ship and much easily make Class M ships. Truly a fantastic mod. Definitely worthwhile trying. Let me know how you go. Be interesting to see some of your creations. And yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much for watching. If you get anything out of this, consider liking, subscribing, commenting. Let me know what you think about some of these mods. You can let me know what mods you'd like me to cover, or if there's anything on your mind, just drop it in the comment. Thanks again, and peace.